In the high-stakes arena of aerial combat, where milliseconds separate victory from oblivion, there are contenders, and then there's the undisputed heavyweight champion. The F-22 Raptor isn't just another fighter jet. It's a bold declaration of air dominance, a metallic whisper that promises absolute superiority. But what is it precisely that elevates this machine to such an untouchable status? It's far more than just the stealth technology you've probably heard whispered about in hushed tones. It's a meticulously crafted, utterly lethal combination of secrets, innovations, and sheer brute force, all working in concert to give it a permanent, undeniable edge over any rival that has ever dared to challenge the skies. This isn't just a plane. It's a paradigm shift, a ghost in the machine that rewrites the rules of engagement. Section 1. The invisibility cloak. Imagine, for a moment, a tiny steel marble, no bigger than a pea. Now picture that marble as the radar signature the F-22 presents to an enemy from its most critical angles. We're talking about an astonishing 201 square meters. While enemy radars tirelessly sweep the vast expanse of the sky, desperately hunting for something the size of a bird, the F-22 Raptor simply isn't there. It slips right through, an ethereal predator leaving no trace. This isn't magic. It's meticulous, almost obsessive engineering. Every single edge on the F-22's airframe is precision-aligned, designed not to reflect radar waves back to their source, but to scatter them harmlessly away. Like skipping stones across a pond, the very shape of the aircraft is a weapon, a testament to aerodynamic stealth. But the genius doesn't stop at the exterior. Those massive, powerful engine fans, typically the biggest radar reflectors on any aircraft, are ingeniously hidden behind serpentine inlets. These SE-shaped ducts block any direct line of sight to the rotating fan blades, effectively making them disappear from radar screens. It's like trying to see around a corner without peeking. And what about the pilot sitting in that glass cockpit? Surely that's a vulnerability? Not for the Raptor. Its canopy is coated with a metallic film, transforming the entire cockpit into a radar reflective mirror, bouncing energy away from the receiver. This isn't just about deflecting. It's about actively deceiving. Even the scorching hot exhaust, a beacon for heat-seeking missiles, is tamed. The F-22's rectangular thrust vectoring nozzles flatten and mix these fiery plumes with cooler ambient air, dramatically reducing its infrared signature. Heat-seeking missiles, designed to lock onto a thermal signature, simply lose their target, finding only a fuzzy, indistinct smear instead of a clear, bright dot. This comprehensive approach to stealth is why, in intense combat exercises, veteran F-15 pilots, masters of the air themselves, often refer to the Raptor as the Ghost. They can be 20 miles away, their sophisticated scope sweeping the skies, and still see absolutely nothing. It's a truly humbling experience for any pilot. This isn't one clever trick. It is 1,000 tiny interconnected defeats, handed to every sensor an enemy can possibly field. While the F-22's stealth is incredibly effective against high-frequency radars, the kind used for missile guidance and precise targeting at shorter ranges, it's less effective against older, low-frequency radars. These radars, operating in the VHF-UHF bands, can detect larger physical objects but lack the resolution to accurately target them. Think of it like trying to identify a specific person in a blurry, pixelated image. To counter even this theoretical vulnerability, the F-22 doesn't just rely on its design. It employs sophisticated operational tactics. It might fly at low altitudes, maintain strict radio silence, and lean heavily on its passive sensors and secure data links. This holistic approach ensures that even when the enemy sees something, they can't effectively engage it. The F-22's stealth design minimizes its radar cross-section, RCS, to an almost imperceptible degree, making it nearly invisible to the very systems designed to find it. This isn't just about being hard to see. It's about bending the electromagnetic spectrum to its will. The F-22 doesn't just hide. It vanishes. Section 2. The Cobra's dance. Beneath the F-22's sleek, stealthy skin lies a beast of unparalleled agility. At the back of each monstrous F-119 engine, you'll find thrust vectoring paddles, mechanical marvels that can deflect the jet wash up or down a staggering 20 degrees in the blink of an eye. The result? A 70,000-pound fighter jet that can pirouette, twirl, and dance through the sky with the grace of a ballerina. It's an almost surreal spectacle of controlled chaos, in the brutal, unforgiving ballet of a dogfight, where every fraction of a second counts. The Raptor can perform maneuvers that defy physics and leave adversaries utterly bewildered. It can stand on its tail, pointing its nose straight up, seemingly hanging motionless for a moment before snapping it back down. It can slide sideways, presenting an unexpected aspect to a pursuing enemy, then instantly snap its nose onto the target without bleeding precious speed. Most adversaries trained on legacy aircraft expect a lumbering, predictable target. Instead, they meet a blur, an impossibly agile machine that is already weapons hot. Its gun sight locked, its missiles primed. Consider the red flag exercises, some of the most challenging aerial combat simulations in the world. Instructors there often describe the resulting kill ratio as lopsided, a polite understatement for what amounts to utter domination. The Raptor racks up tens of simulated kills before the first hostile aircraft even manages to crank into a defensive turn. It's not just winning. It's an absolute rout. This isn't just about outmaneuvering. It's about operating in a different dimension of agility. The F-22's thrust vectoring, combined with its advanced aerodynamic design, grants it a super maneuverability that is simply unmatched. It can maintain control at extreme angles of attack, turning seemingly impossible situations into tactical advantages. This ability to rapidly change direction and energy state means the F-22 can dictate the terms of any close-in engagement, forcing opponents to react to its moves rather than initiating their own. Maneuverability alone, when pushed to these extremes, can win fights. But when you pair that breathtaking agility with the F-22's unparalleled stealth, it transforms the sky from a contested battleground into a private, exclusive playground. It's like playing chess against an opponent who can move their pieces instantly and invisibly. The F-22 doesn't just defeat its enemies. It humiliates them, leaving them to wonder what hit them, or more often, what didn't hit them. It's a masterclass in aerial dominance, where the unexpected becomes the norm and the impossible becomes routine. This fusion of power and grace is a core pillar of the F-22's untouchable legacy, a testament to what happens when cutting-edge engineering meets the raw demands of aerial combat. Section 3. The all-seeing eye step inside the F-22's avionics bay, and you won't find the usual jumble of separate black boxes, each performing its own isolated function. Instead, what you'll discover is a fully integrated, fiber optic nervous system, a technological marvel that links the powerful APG-77 radar, a host of electronic warfare antennas, and secure data links into a single cohesive hive mind. This isn't just an upgrade. It's a revolution in how a fighter aircraft processes and understands its environment. While pilots in legacy fighters are forced to mentally fuse disparate pieces of information, patching together a picture of the battle space in their own heads, the Raptor does all the heavy lifting. It's the ultimate co-pilot, tirelessly working in the background, painting every single aircraft within a massive 200-mile bubble. But it doesn't just show you dots on a screen. It intelligently color codes them by threat level, instantly identifying friend from foe and prioritizing the most dangerous targets. This isn't mere information. It's instant, actionable intelligence. The F-22's avionics suite was the first of its kind, pioneering the concept of sensor fusion, where data from all onboard and offboard sensors is seamlessly combined, correlated, and presented to the pilot as a single, coherent tactical picture. This dramatically reduces pilot workload, allowing them to focus on strategy and execution rather than data interpretation. The heart of this system is the Northrop Grumman APG-77 Active Electronically Scanned Array, AESA, radar. This isn't your grandfather's radar. It can sweep, track, and even jam enemy systems, all without betraying its own presence. It slips between frequencies with the subtlety of a whisper, making it incredibly difficult for adversaries to detect that they're being scanned, let alone jammed. This low probability of intercept, LPI radar capability, is critical for maintaining stealth while simultaneously gathering crucial intelligence and engaging targets. It can detect and track multiple targets over vast distances, providing unparalleled situational awareness. The APG-77 isn't just a sensor. It's an electronic warfare weapon in its own right. And here's where it gets truly mind-boggling. A lone F-22 Raptor can effectively run a formation's worth of sensors. It can quietly gather vast amounts of targeting data, process it, and then, using its secure intraflight data link, IFDL or Link 16, hand that precise information directly to friendly fourth-generation jets. All the while, the Raptor itself remains completely invisible, a silent orchestrator of destruction. This means older F-15s or F-16s can engage targets they never even knew were there, guided by the unseen hand of the Raptor. The old adage, "My first look, first kill," is no longer just a boast or a slogan. It has been meticulously engineered into an algorithm, a foundational principle of the F-22's combat doctrine. It means the Raptor can detect, track, and engage an enemy before the enemy even knows it's being hunted. This integrated avionics suite is the F-22's brain, a supercomputer in the sky that provides an overwhelming cognitive advantage, making it not just a fighter, but an airborne command and control node that truly sees all. Section 4. The endless breath afterburners. They're loud, they're bright, and they are incredibly thirsty, guzzling fuel at an alarming rate. Most fighter jets need them to achieve supersonic speeds, leaving a telltale plume of fire and a sonic boom that announces their presence to anyone within 100 miles. But the F-22 Raptor? It leaves them stowed, locked away, yet still effortlessly cruises at Mach 1.8. This isn't just fast. It's a game changer. Engineers call this remarkable feat supercruise, but for the pilots who experience it, it's nothing short of absolute freedom. Imagine approaching a high-threat area. Instead of igniting the afterburners and broadcasting your arrival with a fiery exhaust and a deafening roar, the Raptor simply accelerates smoothly, quietly, without the telltale plume that alerts every missile site, every radar operator, every human spotter for hundreds of miles. This silent, sustained supersonic speed provides an immense tactical advantage. More speed means your missiles have a longer effective range, hitting targets that would be out of reach for a slower jet. More speed means the enemy has a drastically shorter reaction time, often too little time to even launch a defensive countermeasure. And perhaps most critically, supercruise grants the F-22 the unparalleled ability to disengage at will. If a situation turns unfavorable, the Raptor can simply pull away, leaving slower, afterburner-dependent jets in its dust, conserving fuel and maintaining its stealth. In the brutal calculus of fuel math, afterburners bankrupt you in minutes, draining your tanks and severely limiting your operational endurance. Supercruise, however, allows the F-22 to stay supersonic for the entire length of a sortie, maintaining its high energy state, its tactical flexibility, and its stealth advantage throughout the mission. This capability is not just about raw speed. It's about sustained tactical superiority. It grants the F-22 incredible range, allowing it to patrol vast stretches of airspace or reach distant targets without needing constant refueling. It provides unmatched surprise, arriving on target before the enemy even knows it's coming. And it ensures persistence, allowing the F-22 to remain a threat in the battle space for far longer than its adversaries. The Pratt & Whitney F-119 engines are central to this capability. Designed specifically for the F-22, these engines are not just powerful, they are incredibly efficient, allowing the Raptor to achieve and maintain supersonic flight without the exorbitant fuel consumption associated with afterburners. This combination of advanced engine design and sophisticated aerodynamics means the F-22 isn't just flying fast, it's flying smart. Range, surprise, persistence, check, check, check. The F-22's endless breath allows it to dominate the skies not just with power, but with endurance and an almost unfair tactical advantage that leaves its rivals gasping for air. Section 5. The shield that never drops even. After the initial production, the F-22 Raptor hasn't stood still. Every new coating applied to the aircraft since 2021 represents another leap forward in its defensive capabilities, particularly against infrared threats. These aren't just paints. They're engineered marvels designed to actively swallow infrared light, making the jet even harder to detect by heat-seeking sensors. Imagine a chrome-like film that doesn't just reflect, but actively dissipates heat so quickly that any threat warning system trying to lock on sees only a fuzzy, indistinct smear instead of a clear, bright dot. That's the kind of advanced material science at play. It's like trying to get a clear photograph of a heat source that's constantly shifting and blurring. The F-22 doesn't just reduce its infrared signature, it actively scrambles it. But the innovation goes deeper, quite literally. Beneath the F-22's skin, a complex network of cooling ducts runs like capillaries throughout the airframe, meticulously pulling thermal energy away from critical hotspots. These systems ensure that even during the most demanding maneuvers or while cruising at blistering supersonic speeds, the F-22's thermal signature remains remarkably low. We're talking about a signature closer to that of a commuter turboprop, than a high-performance fighter jet. This is a monumental achievement, considering the immense heat generated by friction at high speeds and the powerful engines. Adversaries, equipped with older, less sophisticated infrared sensors, would have to get inside knife fight distance dangerously close just to attempt a heat lock. And by that point, the F-22 pilot has already called Fox 2, signaling the launch of an infrared-guided missile, often long before the enemy even realizes they're in a fight. The F-22's comprehensive infrared signature reduction measures, from its exhaust nozzles to its specialized coatings and active cooling, create a shield that virtually never drops. It's an invisible defense against one of the most common threats in aerial combat, ensuring that the Raptor not only remains unseen by radar, but also unfelt by heat. This multispectral stealth is a crucial part of what makes the F-22 so incredibly survivable and lethal, allowing it to operate with impunity in contested airspace, knowing that it's protected from almost every angle of detection. Section 6. The price of invincibility. 70,000 pounds of titanium, carbon fiber, and classified resin. These aren't just materials. They are the building blocks of invincibility. And as you might expect, such unparalleled capability doesn't come cheap. Each F-22 Raptor that rolled off the production line in 2011 carried a unit price tag of approximately $150 million. But that's just the individual aircraft cost. When you factor in the monumental research, development, and testing expenses, the decades of innovation and countless hours of engineering that went into creating this aerospace marvel, the figure for each jet climbs north of an astounding $330 million. This wasn't just an aircraft program. It was an investment in an entirely new era of air power. Despite its undeniable superiority, Congress ultimately made the difficult decision to cut production at a mere 187 aircraft. This wasn't due to any flaw in the Raptor's design or performance. Rather, it was a complex confluence of factors. The end of the Cold War leading to a perceived reduction in peer threats, the exorbitant cost per unit, and a strategic pivot towards counterinsurgency operations in the post-9/11 era. This decision, however, inadvertently locked in the F-22's exclusivity, making it a truly unique asset. For years, allies from around the globe, eager to bolster their own air forces with the best technology available, have begged and pleaded to purchase the F-22. Countries like Japan, Australia, and Israel, key strategic partners, have all expressed keen interest. Yet every single request has been met with a firm, unequivocal denial from the United States. The reason for this steadfast refusal is disarmingly simple yet profoundly strategic. Even on paper, nothing else in the world can match the F-22's lethal combination of stealth, advanced sensors, and kinematic performance. Exporting the F-22 wouldn't just mean selling an aircraft. It would mean handing over the blueprints to superiority itself, potentially compromising the technological edge that the U.S. relies on. The F-22 embodies a level of technological integration and capability that represents decades of investment and innovation. Its stealth capabilities, its supercruise engines, its fused avionics, and its advanced materials are all intertwined, forming an ecosystem of dominance that cannot be easily replicated. To share this technology would risk its secrets falling into the wrong hands, allowing potential adversaries to reverse engineer its strengths and develop countermeasures. The F-22 isn't just a piece of hardware. It's a strategic asset, a symbol of American technological prowess, and its exclusivity is a testament to its unmatched capabilities. The price of invincibility, it turns out, is not just measured in dollars, but in the strategic decision to maintain an insurmountable lead in the skies. Section 7. The Ghost in Combat. The F-22 Raptor doesn't just look like a ghost. It operates like one. Its combat record, though often shrouded in secrecy and terse Pentagon briefings, paints a clear picture of an aircraft that fights in the shadows, where the shadow always wins. Take, for instance, the skies over Syria in 2014. Two Raptors were tasked with a mission that would be suicidal for almost any other aircraft, slipping through an integrated air defense network rated as double-digit. This wasn't some outdated system. We're talking modern Russian radars, sophisticated missile traps, and highly trained human spotters all working in concert. Yet these two F-22s, unseen and unheard, navigated this digital minefield. They circled above the Euphrates for a staggering 45 minutes, meticulously mapping every single emitter, every radar signal, every potential threat. They were performing vital intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance (ISR) and electronic attack (EA) roles, gathering data that would be invaluable for future operations. When the order finally dropped, they lobbed AIM-120D Advanced Medium-Range Air-to-Air Missiles, AMRAAMs, at various drones and then silently turned away, disappearing into the night before the first explosion even lit up the desert sky. Not a single Syrian radar managed to achieve a fire control solution. They simply never knew what hit them, or more accurately, what passed through them. That same year, in a starkly different environment over the vast frozen expanse of Alaska, F-22s intercepted Russian Tu-95 Bear bombers. This wasn't a hostile engagement, but a clear demonstration of capability. The Raptors didn't just intercept. They effortlessly slid into the blind spot beneath the massive bombers, riding shotgun for a full 30 minutes. The Russian crews flying their enormous, radar-laden aircraft never once knew they were being escorted by the world's most advanced fighter jets, until photos of the incident appeared on the Pentagon's Flickr page the following Monday morning. Imagine the chilling realization for those crews, knowing they had been utterly compromised, completely unaware. Stories like these, often leaked in fragments or alluded to in carefully worded press conferences, underscore a consistent pattern. The F-22 operates with an almost supernatural ability to penetrate, observe, and dominate without detection. It's not about flashy dogfights, though it excels there too. It's about control, about information dominance, about denying the enemy any chance to react. The F-22's role in combat is often quiet, unseen, and devastatingly effective. It's the ultimate force multiplier, clearing the way for other assets, gathering critical intelligence, and ensuring air superiority before the main event even begins. It's a ghost, and in the Shadow War, the ghost always wins. Section 8. The future that fears it. While the F-22 Raptor remains the undisputed king of the skies, other nations are certainly trying to catch up. China's J-20 and Russia's Su-57, for instance, boast stealth shaping and advanced designs. But here's the critical difference. Neither of these contenders can supercruise without igniting their thirsty afterburners. Their engines, while powerful, often emit smoke trails reminiscent of 1980s relics, a clear thermal and visual signature that betrays their presence. Furthermore, their sensor fusion capabilities, while improving, remain a patchwork compared to the F-22's seamlessly integrated hive mind. They're playing catch-up, and it's a long uphill battle. But the F-22 fleet isn't resting on its laurels. While these rival nations struggle to perfect their fifth-generation designs, the Raptor is already evolving, upgrading to the advanced 3.2B software. This isn't just a minor patch. It's a significant enhancement that bestows new electronic warfare tricks, making it even more adept at jamming and deceiving enemy sensors. Crucially, these upgrades also include the ability to queue and potentially control miniature drones, extending the Raptor's sensory reach and combat effectiveness far beyond its own airframe. This is about staying not just one step but several steps ahead. Of course, the march of technology means hypothetical future radars may one day be able to spot even a stealth shape, perhaps by using low-frequency arrays that can detect the F-22's physical size. However, there's a massive practical hurdle. Doing so requires arrays the size of billboards, enormous installations that are incredibly difficult to deploy, protect, and integrate into mobile platforms or missile noses. These aren't just technical challenges, they're logistical and engineering nightmares. And even if an adversary somehow manages to field such technology, the F-22 program is designed with a long-term vision. By the time any rival develops a viable countermeasure, the next generation of American projects, the mysterious Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) program, for example, will have already leapfrogged current capabilities, ensuring that the qualitative edge is maintained. The Raptor's dominance isn't static. It's a moving horizon, a continuously evolving advantage that pushes the boundaries of what's possible. It's a testament to continuous innovation, ensuring that the F-22 and its successors will continue to define air superiority for decades to come. The future doesn't just fear the Raptor. It's constantly chasing its receding silhouette. Section 9. The human behind the mask for all the F-22's technological wizardry. It's nothing without the pilot, the human element at its core. Sit inside the cockpit of a Raptor, and the world shrinks. not into a claustrophobic box, but into a panoramic glass display that offers an unparalleled view of the battle space. This isn't just a screen. It's an immersive, intuitive interface that puts an incredible amount of information at the pilot's fingertips, or more accurately, at their voice. Voice commands allow a pilot to seamlessly switch from radar modes to data link displays to electronic jamming functions, all while both hands remain firmly on the stick and throttle. The critical hands-on throttle and stick, HOTAS philosophy, taken to its zenith. This ergonomic design is crucial for reducing cognitive load and maximizing reaction time in high-stress combat situations. It means the pilot isn't fumbling with buttons. They're thinking, and the jet is responding. The seat itself is designed for extreme performance, reclining 30 degrees to help counter the immense G-forces the F-22 can pull during its breathtaking maneuvers. This isn't just about comfort. It's about physiological endurance, allowing the pilot to sustain high G-turns for longer periods without blacking out. And that bubble canopy? It's not just for aesthetics. It offers an unobstructed 360-degree view of the world around them. A critical advantage when you choose to be seen, and an even greater one when you choose to remain hidden. Trainees, fresh out of flight school and accustomed to less agile aircraft, often climb out after their first Raptor sortie, shaking their heads in disbelief. Nothing in the trainer fleet, no simulator, no other aircraft can truly prepare you for a machine that seems to anticipate your intentions, an aircraft that answers your thought before you even move the stick. It's an extension of the pilot's will, a symbiotic relationship between human and machine. Veterans, those who have seen it all, often quip that the F-22 makes rookies look gifted, and gifted pilots look downright clairvoyant. It's not just a plane. It's a force multiplier for human perception and skill. The F-22's cockpit is a masterclass in human-machine interface, designed to transform its pilot into an apex predator, not just in terms of technology, but in terms of cognitive dominance and operational effectiveness. It truly is the human behind the mask that unleashes the Raptor's full terrifying potential. Section 10. Why the King Stays Crowned. So, let's bring it all back together. Why, after all this, does the F-22 Raptor remain untouchable? Why is it that no other fighter jet can truly touch it? It's because its dominance isn't built on a single feature, but on an exquisite, almost impossible synergy of capabilities. Combine a radar signature smaller than a steel marble with engines that let you sprint at supersonic speeds without gasping for breath. Add wings that dance through the air with impossible grace, and a digital brain that fuses every single sensor into a perfect, crystal-clear awareness of the entire battle space. Then wrap this entire package in classified coatings that shed heat like a mirage, making it invisible to infrared threats. The result is not just a temporary advantage. It is permanent, undeniable superiority. Enemies, in their earnest attempts to catch up, can try to copy a stealthy shape. They can laboriously reverse engineer a radar-absorbent material, RAM recipe. They can even bolt on thrust vectoring nozzles to their engines. But what they absolutely cannot duplicate is the entire F-22 ecosystem. This isn't just about individual components. It's about their seamless, integrated operation. It's about the unique supercruise propulsion system that allows sustained supersonic flight. It's about the fully fused avionics that give the pilot unparalleled situational awareness. It's about the 1,000 subtle maintenance tricks, the operational procedures, and the institutional knowledge learned and perfected over more than 300,000 flight hours. And crucially, it's about the highly trained pilot, whose skills are honed in simulators synced to real combat data, making them an integral part of the weapon system. The F-22 is more than just aluminum and carbon fiber. It is a living doctrine, a philosophy of air superiority brought to life. And doctrines, unlike mere blueprints or stolen parts, are infinitely harder to steal, to copy, or to replicate. The F-22 represents the pinnacle of air dominance not just because of its technology, but because of the integrated system of systems, the human element, and the continuous evolution that ensures its reign remains unchallenged. It is the ultimate expression of air power, a testament to what happens when innovation, skill, and strategic vision converge. Conclusion: CTA, the sky, as we know, is a vast, boundless place, but in that immense arena, there is unequivocally only one apex predator. Every single metric that truly matters in aerial combat, range, stealth, situational awareness, maneuverability, and the kill ratio, tilts overwhelmingly toward the same unmistakable silhouette, the F-22 Raptor. until someone invents a time machine to rewrite history, or a breakthrough physics lab manages to defy the laws of aerodynamics and electromagnetism. No other fighter jet can truly touch the F-22 Raptor. Its legacy is secure, its dominance absolute. If you found yourself learning something new and astonishing today, if your jaw dropped even once, then do us a favor. Hit that like button, smash subscribe to join our community, and drop a comment below telling us which Raptor fact stunned you the most. Stay airborne, stay curious, and we will see you in the next video.